This is part 3 of the 2017 Robert's Guitar Dungeon Holiday Buyer's Guide. This edition we're discussing amplifiers. I'm going to share with you my top 11 picks for the best amplifiers to buy for your musician or loved one in your family. The criteria that I use for compiling this list are as follows. I wanted to stick with combo amps. I wanted to do my best to keep the price points all under $1,000, however still offering several different price points to choose from, as well as create some variety between tube and solid state, as well as different types of genres that various amps are known to be used for. So let's get to it. Number 11, modeling amps. There are several different series that fall into this category, and it was just simply too difficult to choose just one. So I decided to throw them all into the same listing. And I'm talking about the Line 6 Spider 5 series, the Boss Katana series, the Fender Mustang GT series, the Marshall Code series, among many others. Price ranges on modeling amps are going to run anywhere from $99 all the way up to $599, depending on what size and how many watts they come with. These are going to be a pretty safe bet for buying as a gift because they are so packed with features that you can get literally any sound you can imagine out of them. They're very easy to dial in. They are a far cry from the absolutely sucktastic Crate G10 that I started out with back in the 80s. Modeling amps that are out today just didn't exist back then. When I was beginning to learn to play, you simply had to hate your first amp and work your way up to a new one. Fortunately, modeling amplifiers have made sure that that is no longer the case today. Number 10, Vox AC15C1. The Vox AC15 is a classic. This one's been around since the 1950s or 1960s, and this is one of the amps that the Beatles used among many, many others. It's only 15 watts, but it's a Class A tube amp, which means that 15 watts goes a long, long way. This is a perfect amp to use for small gigs, practicing at home, and it has a very, very unique tone that I like to describe as jangly. It also has tremolo and reverb built into the amplifier itself, both of which are foot switchable, and this amp is also known to take pedals very, very well. At $649, this is simply a fantastic amplifier. Number 5, Fender 65 Reissue Deluxe Reverb. This is the only amp that exceeded my price expectations on this list, as this one sells brand new for $1099. However, this amp is such a classic and such a popular amp that I couldn't leave it off the list. The Deluxe Reverb is a very solid 22 watts and also very versatile. It is highly regarded for its magnificent glassy sounding clean channel that makes this amp one of the best pedal platforms on the market. This amp is a little pricier than everything else on this list, but its reputation has more than earned the price tag that it carries. Number 8, Roland JC40. The Roland JC120 may very well be the only solid state amp that we could consider a classic. The JC120 came out in the 70s and is still sold today for $999. Roland recently released a smaller version of it called the JC40 that sells for $599. The reason why this amp is so famous is because of the clean tone. The clean tone has been used by literally everybody from George Benson to both guitar players in Metallica. The Roland Jazz Chorus amps are known to be among the best pedal platforms to ever exist. And at $599, the JC40 is a much more affordable option than its 120 watt, much larger and much heavier Big Brother. Number 7, Randall RD20 Combo. I put this one on the list because this is one of my favorites. I have used the head version of this in many of my videos, and the reason why I chose this amp is because it has the distortion requirements that I often need. However, unlike many other high gain amps, the clean channel on this amp is absolutely pristine and phenomenal, which makes it a very, very good pedal platform as well. Me being the hard rock and metal guitarist that I am, I actually bought this amp specifically for the clean channel. The Diavlo series amplifiers were designed by a man named Mike Fortin, who is a legendary amp designer in our industry. Mike also owns and runs Fortin Amplifiers, which is a very high-end boutique amplifier company. Trust me, these amps are built to last and much more versatile than even I expected, and I have been very, very pleased with my purchase. Number 6, Panama Guitars Loco Royale. Panama guitars are one of my very favorite amp companies. I use a Shaman 20 head in most of my videos actually. I've been very impressed with their versatility, especially the price point that they come in at. As the name suggests, these amps are all built in Panama using various different types of exotic woods. The Loco Royale is one of their newest offerings and is kind of a throwback to old vintage 60s radio era looking amplifiers. However, this one also packs a lot of tone into it and is a very, very versatile amplifier. Best part, an amp that looks and sounds like this only costs $4.99, which in my opinion is absolute steal. Number 5, Peavey 6505 Plus 112 combo. You might notice this amp sitting here behind me because I've owned one for a long, long time. The 6505 series amplifiers are the second generation of Peavey's 5150 series, and if that sounds familiar, it's because the 5150 series were designed for and in collaboration with Eddie Van Halen. When Eddie Van Halen left Peavey and went to start EVH Guitars, the amplifier had sold so well for him that Peavey didn't want to discontinue it, so they decided to just change the name. And that's really about all that they've changed. The 112 version is actually an import version designed to be a little bit more affordable. These amps sell new for $6.99 and have all the same features as their much more expensive, much larger, and much heavier American-made counterparts. These amps aren't really known for their clean tone so much, though it is possible to achieve it. However, what these amps are known for is to be one of the greatest rock amps ever. That's why I own one. Number 4, Blackstar HT Venue Club 40. This is another amplifier that is known for its versatility. Fantastic clean channel, tons of rock tones built in, and at 40 watts it's small enough to tote around to practices, and also possesses plenty of power to use for gigs. They sound great. They have a lot of tonal shaping features on them that make it versatile for a lot of different genres of music, and these are also very affordable at $5.99. Number 3, Peavey Classic 30. This one's been around for decades. Peavey actually came out with their Classic Series amplifiers to directly compete with the next entry on this list, which I'll get to in a moment. However, in my opinion, and a lot of other people for that matter, the Peavey Classic Series actually seem to sound better than that next entry on this list. Not only that, but they're also a lot more affordable. These are 30-watt combos and have plenty of power to play gigs with, but can also be turned down low enough for practicing at home. These are great for blues, classic rock, country. There's a lot of different genres of music that feature this particular amplifier. And at $5.99, the price point is well below the next entry on this list. Number 2, the Fender Hot Rod Series. Despite the great things I just said about the Peavey Classic Series, the one thing that those don't have that the Fender Hot Rod Series do have is that classic Fender glassy sounding clean tone that Fender is so famous for. These amps are also among the more affordable tube amps in Fender's lineup, and they are very versatile in tone. These have a real nice crunchy rock type of gain channel on them that can be used for many different types of music. I even know a lot of metal players that like them. Not only that, but the clean channel makes them able to take pedals very, very well. And these amps have been around for a long, long time now, and the reputation speaks for itself. These run anywhere from the Blues Junior at $529 to the Hot Rod DeVilles all the way up at the top end that go for $929 brand new. If these prices are still a little bit too much for you, search the used market. They're all over the place. Number 1, Peavey Bandit 112. This one seems to be making a comeback. I was shocked recently to see how many people are actually playing this amp. This is a small little solid state amp that comes packed with 80 watts, a power soak feature on the back that it didn't used to have, as well as all different kinds of tonal shaping features. These are lightweight, easy to carry around, and again, they sound really, really good nowadays. In my opinion, these amps used to be known as cheap little solid-state practice amps. However, Peavey seems to have really upped the ante in their solid-state amp department, as these are now beginning to become very, very popular and very useful in a lot of different areas. And the best part about them, this is one of the most affordable amps on this list at $399. As with any amplifier purchase, there's a few other things that you're going to want to make sure and have for your loved one. You want to make sure that they have a spare cable on hand. An economy instrument cable usually runs about the $12 to $15 range. I actually recommend the Livewire Advantage series because they come with a lifetime warranty and they will exchange it for free for as long as you own it if anything ever happens to it. If you would rather purchase something a little bit more at a professional level, I recommend the Mogami Gold Series. These are a little bit more expensive, but that's all I use here in the dungeon when I'm recording my videos. Also, guitar picks are a great thing for any guitar player to have handy. I recommend one of the Dunlop variety packs that come in packages of 12 and allow the user to try out various different types of picks that they may not have ever had a chance to try before. If you have any questions about this video or any of my videos, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment down below. I will answer everything as quickly and as accurately as I can. I will post links to all of the gear discussed in this video, as well as where you can buy them, down in the description. And if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Saturday morning. And part 4 to this series is to come very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. You know what? There are tons of young people out there that want to get involved in music and do not have the means to do so. If you are watching this video, most likely you're a musician, and many experienced musicians have tons of broken and unwanted gear lying around that they're not doing anything with. Please visit my friends at Share the Music on Facebook at the link below and learn how you and your unwanted gear can help change somebody's life.